It is time for yet another spectacular stream with your favorite color surfing DJ, Serjay Svek. Let's go. Hello, humans. Good to see you all once again. It is your favorite color surfing DJ, Serjay Svek, back with yet another spectacular stream. And whether you're watching live, whether you're watching the VOD, whether you're chatting or lurking, you are all welcome here. And I hope that this stream will bring a little more color to your day. Welcome to the show, everyone. It is now 8:06 p.m. on Sunday, February 16, 2025. And that time check was brought to you by yours truly. Good to see you all, and I hope that you are all doing well. Thank you to our early bird, Reeker. And yes, this is actually quite the surprise because, like I mentioned earlier this week, we were not supposed to have a scheduled podcast for today, but thankfully our guest for today has been very gracious. Has been very gracious in accepting our last minute offer of a podcast guesting. So thank you very much for that, Mayu. And thank you too to Amasake Aihara for the follow as well. Good to have you here, and thank you so much for choosing to become a fellow human. I hope that you are doing well. And so we do have Mayu here, who is going to be our guest for today. We'll be learning more about her content creation journey and more about herself and her beliefs and any advice that she may choose to give. So thank you so much again for ahead of time for Mayu. Let me go ahead and unmute in the stream as well. Okay, Mayu, can you hear me?
Hello, good evening.
And good evening to you, Mayu. Thank you once again for stopping by to the Color Surfer Station. And we'll go ahead and start the podcast formally, and then we'll talk about what we have discussed earlier, with like quick questions and everything. So,
okie dokies.
welcome. No, sorry, I forgot my greeting. All right, take two. Hello, humans. Good to see you all once again. It is your favorite color surfing DJ, Serjay Svek, back with yet another episode of the Color Surfer Convos podcast. And today I have another guest with me. It is Sylmayu. Hello.
Good evening again.
All right, good to have you, Mayu. Thank you very much again for gracing the Color Surfer Station with your presence. I'm very happy to finally have you. And
thank you so much for the invite.
You're very welcome, and a big part of it is thanking you for choosing to come in, because again, for those who weren't here in the earlier part of the stream, I wasn't expecting to have a podcast, but Mayu was very kind in choosing to join us, to let us. So thank you once again. And as usual, we'll be learning more about you, your journey, and your story as a content creator. So we'll go. So before anything else, I'd like to know, who are you, Mayu, and what do you do?
I'm a webcam VTuber and a digital artist, but people mostly call me Mayu because it's easier, because calling me Sil, some people mispronounce it as Sly, Sile. I'll be like, if there's like if every time a person mispronounce my name for $1, I'll be so rich. But yeah, aside from that, I create cute scenery and illustrations, but mostly are portraits. Yeah.
All right, so thank you very much for that, Mayu. And yes, I'm one of those people that do call you Mayu. And thank you for the pronunciation guide. It's supposed to be Sil. Yes.
Yeah, it's like the animal Sil is SEAL.
That's
easier.
Very good tip. Very good tip. Okay, so yes, and Mayu also does our art, which we'll be getting into in a while. But for now, let's focus on your streaming career. So, how long have you been streaming?
Actually, I just turned like 3 years already since like yesterday, but I didn't like stream like formally yesterday. But yeah, I've been streaming since February 15, 2022. And most of it are been like art and games as side quest. Especially when I don't have like the energy to do art, I would be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna like stream games until I have like the energy, motivation, and inspiration to draw again on stream.
You know, that's fun. It is an interesting thing because for a lot of us, it is art. Excuse me. It is the games that are the main, and then for you, it is the art that is the main, and then the games are like the side quest. So,
Yeah, it is a side quest because that's what I want to like to showcase on streaming. Because
mhm.
I really want to showcase my talent and to find more like more network, more clients by just streaming the thing that I really love doing. Hi Reeker, hi, I'm Izake, welcome.
Hello, hello, and thank you again for joining us on this stream. Appreciate that. And yeah, so you've been doing it for 3 years now, and belated happy anniversary, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. So, uh, 3 years is a long time. I'll keep saying this. 3 years is a long time in VTuber terms. So,
Mhm, mhm.
what drives you to continue creating after all these years?
A lot of people who are dropping by my stream kept complimenting that my art is really cute. That's the one thing that really, drives me to continue doing more art. That's what I'm really passionate about. That's my my blood and soul every time someone's compliment my art.
It's really nice. Actually, it's very cute. So, yes, I'm very happy that people do appreciate your art, and like you said, it's your blood and your soul. It's something that's very important for you. So I'm happy to know that it drives you to continue creating. And so what? But of course, it's not always easy. It's not always a smooth road. So, what are some challenges that you may have faced when it came to creating content?
Wait, nakamit pala ako. I'm so sorry. When it comes to creating art, I think first of all is mostly the environment that I'm working on, especially if it's like summer season.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to focus on creating ideas on my own. I mostly just do some like your character references just to keep myself going on drawing, because otherwise if I don't draw for like a month or two, I get like a little bit like rusty. And most of the time I just keep on looking for songs or some new fandoms to watch, just to give me some inspiration. So who is the character that I should hyper fixate next, so I could keep on drawing them or keep on drawing illustrations or chibis, so I can post it on my social medias or my Pixiv.
All right.
And yeah, and aside from personal challenges, there's also the algorithms that you've been keep on fighting on the internet, especially on, for example, on Twitter or X, that you need to type some specific keywords to avoid being shadow banned, or at least be on top of the news feed on what you call this, on other your friends or your new followers. You need to avoid, for example, using too much hashtags, for example. As far as I know, I think I saw some tips that you should at least use 3 hashtags, but I think the most recommended when in terms of posting art, no hashtags at all, because given that the keywords are already there. Because I've also noticed from the other artists, Chinese artists who post on Twitter as well or X, they don't use any hashtags. It's just the art itself. No any other like hashtag commissions thingy, just like the art itself. And that's what I noticed or observed, that I should be like trying to like lessen the hashtags and just like post my, for example, my caption is I just finished the artwork, blah 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 blah, and that's that. As being like an artist, aside from creating art, you should also learn how to do some, technical terms like the SEOs, and being like a social media manager, some sort. You need to like manage the scheduling posts, just like the other like content creators out there. But especially if being an artist is like your what you call this, yung parang kabuhayan mo siya, like it's like your main source of income. But if you're like an artist as a hobby, I mean, that's no problem with that because you're just like drawing for fun. But if you're doing it for income, you should really study how the internet works, the social media works.
Yeah, that is the problem. Whether you're an artist focused or streamer focused, like if you just want it, just want to grow, and like you said, if you rely on what you provide as a source of income, then you really have to do more than just make art, because unfortunately, like you said, you have to fight algorithms and everything. So it is a challenge. And like you said, there are things like hashtags. How many do you need to use? Should you use any? Like, where do you post? Do you post on Pixiv or Blue Sky or VGen? Or there are just so many places now that you have to think about. So
yeah, it's also challenging that you need to like cross post your artworks or your other content, because what they said, that you should never put all of your skills or your works in one basket. You should be like placing them on a different ones. What is that, like a saying that you should not put all the eggs in one basket? That's the right term. Yeah, that's the right term. You should be like cross posting them in every like websites as much as possible. Which is like recently, since Blue Sky it's super duper like friendly for artists, I decided to like post all of my art that are not like glazified or glaze app. They're like those like filters that avoid getting feed on the AI. Because recently there's like tons of like artists who wants to move at Blue Sky, and they decided to like just leave Twitter or X because most of the people are like stealing artworks and feeding it to AI. So they decided at the Blue Sky it's more friendly for artists. Although I still need to use Twitter or X because that's where I built my audiences and my somewhat community. And I decided to use the Glaze app, which is it filters out all of those things. It has like a funky texture. If you're going to see it on my samples on my Twitter or my X, you'll be like, what is that funky texture right there on your art? Yeah, that is to avoid getting fed by AI. So in Blue Sky, it's completely like high quality art.
That's fair. And thank you for sharing your thoughts on that. And Amazaki says, Twitter now lets Grok generate AI image on uploaded artwork. Yeah.
Yeah. That's one. That's the one.
Yep. Like, okay, we'll not stick to the topic too much, but yes, I acknowledge that it's very hard, especially since you built your network on like place like Twitter, that you have to take extra measures, more time, that you have to glaze it and everything just to make sure that your work is protected and such. It's it's a lot of extra effort for something that you would just like to post, if ever. I would like to learn more about Glaze, but I was actually researched about Glaze, but it's like you have to apply for it or something.
No. You just need to like install the software as long as it's NVIDIA, your GPU, because it doesn't work on AMDs or Ryzen. Yeah, on AMDs it doesn't work on AMDs.
I see. Okay, because what I do is that I just resize the image to something smaller and then I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like put like a noise filter on it. That's like
yeah.
that's free
No,
tips.
which is
Mhm.
like easier because the sometimes glaze consumes like few spaces on your your drive.
Mhm.
Mm.
Excuse me. All
Yeah,
right.
it's fine.
So yeah, it is. We have to do we as artists or commissioners of art. We have to make that extra effort just to make sure the work is protected. Just
Mhm.
but yeah, I think that's another challenge for you, especially
Mhm.
as a primary artist. It's hard,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
despite that, I know that despite all the challenges, there are some things that for you to be proud of. So, what are some challenges? Excuse me. We already talked about that. Rephrase.
It's
Okay.
fine.
What are some achievements when it comes to your content creation journey?
One of my achievements personally are conquering my lack of self-esteem, especially when I'm like hesitant to open commissions. There are like some of my friends who are like keep encouraging me or empowering me to like push on. You should like open commissions because your art is really nice, and you should like start your journey right here. And then with their like encouragement, I started to like open commissions, and it helped me like study more about art and improve a lot of it, because without practicing like every day, you feel like yeah, I should like stop doing art because no one is like you know uh parang wala pa silang tiwala sa akin, parang
Mm-hmm,
ganon. So I have to like stop doing art for a while, especially during college. Thus, I started doing art again when I was like working because I had the extra time. Then, since start the pandemic, I start drawing again. Then I stop again. Parang there's like some inconsistencies in me na parang yung willpower ko to draw, parang it's not there yet. Pero
mm-hmm.
nung starting ng 2022, my friends started encouraging me to open commissions because my chibis are looking great naman din eh, ganun. And it never stops then when studying art. It helped me rin, ano to, you out of my comfort zone. Ayun, out of my comfort zone. I
Mm-hmm.
started doing illustrations kasi back then I was like a chibi artist because I was so afraid of doing non-chibi illustrations because I feel like the anatomy will be fucked up or probably the perspective. Then later on, I started studying it kasi nga parang, hey, it's not so bad after all. Pero aside from my personal achievements so far, in terms of like the commissions, ang pinaka popular commission na nagawa ko so far is this one, the cartwheel. I work on with a lot of awesome people, and I've gained like more networks, like more connections. Like parang so far there are like a lot of batches on this cartwheel emotes since 2023 to 2024. I mean, until now, there are like some people who are still commissioning me on this. It's just that I don't promote it that much kasi parang I'm trying to practice on illustrations now. Pero I mean, it's still nice that people are still wanting to have this animated emote. Pero yun, aside from my animated emote, I get to draw then some illustrations sa Arc Knights Cup Sleep event namin last year. Kasi I was like starting doing illustrations pero I was not that confident. Pero I'm glad that my mutual accepted me to be as an artist in the Cup Sleep event. Ayun, it drove me to like draw more or improve more on this art. Tapos, so nakaka-proud kasi first time ko makasali sa Cup Sleep event, and my prints, ay yung illustrations ko are printed, yung chibis na as a stickers, then a lot of people loved it. So parang it gave me like more empowerment doon na, hey, I should like draw more because a lot of people like my art. Mm-mm. Tapos ayun, parang siguro sa iba, small achievement yun. Pero para sa akin, malaki na yun. Kasi being accepted in a cup sleeve event is already like a huge achievement for me as a content creator. Kasi I get to like post more content in and also my portfolio then.
And that's huge. Like you said, already got a lot of people that were really into your work, especially with your breakdancing emote, the helicopter one. That's a very cute emote. Yeah, I've seen that a lot actually.
It's a very silly one.
Nah, it's good. It's good. I'm happy that many people are choosing to commission you for that. And like you said, you've also been involved with Arc Knights as well. So yeah, I've seen that that Arc Knights is like a big part of what you talk about as well, which we can address later. But yes, thank you for mentioning that, and I'm proud that you were able to do all of those things. It's really nice to know that you were able to achieve that. And Rieger says, yeah, Chibi is cute, and Amazake says it's still a big win. All achievements, may it be big or small, it's still a win. I'm so proud of you. Yeah, let's go. We're all proud of our Bebka. Oh, yes, indeed. Okay, so now that you've achieved much in terms of your art, you've made those big steps, you've already been recognized in the community, like in Arc Knights, for example. So what is next for you as a content creator?
Hopefully I will get to draw more illustrations and contribute in small events like other cup sleeve events aside from Arc Knights, and to try out more like art studies to get out of my comfort zone, because I know I'm still like studying on portraits, but I really want to like try out one of those like full body illustrations that has like different perspectives and use splash arts, just like from other games, gacha games like probably the Hoyoverse and Arc Knights and other Chinese games. Kasi I think I'm stunned to like see or parang in awe na wow, that splash art has like a distinctive like silhouettes, and I really want to try that out. But you know, I'm still like studying like basic portraits and illustrations. But you know, we will get there. We will get there.
You will get there. You will get there.
Yeah.
I believe in you, naman. Yes, you will. And
yes.
Eventually, who knows? We might see an actual Mayu inspired art on one of those big gacha games. Who knows? So yes. All right. So ayun, and there. That's where we are now. And Amazake says something. I'm not sure if that's something that you want to do, but yeah, I mean, if you do, then
well, if I'm going there on that road, then I will go there. Pero hindi pa right now. I'm still trying to study the human anatomy.
It's actually very hard.
It's hard. I would rather draw chibis, but no, I still need to get out of my comfort zone.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, I mean, I would like to wish you good luck in that part of your journey, and I really hope that you'll be able to achieve all of your dreams and your goals, in order to do that. So, but now that you've been doing this for 3 years, you've already gained quite a bit of experience from this. I would like to know, what is your advice for aspiring content creators, please?
This is like a never-ending advice to everyone. And, you know, just ride in the waves of the journey. There are times that it felt like you won the lottery with tons of like blessings from your content, like for example, like views, engagements. And, you know, as time goes by, there's gonna be like days na may blues along the road. Parang may times na panalo ka, may times na hindi. So either way, you still have to like accept it, because we know what they always say, there's always rainbow after the rain. Kaya kailangan dapat na parang don't fret na hindi pa tayo huli ang lahat. May times lang talaga na magiging stale, tapos biglang aangat ka ulit, tapos bababa ulit. Pero kailangan dapat maging consistent ka. Consistency is the key. Kasi kahit simple lang yung like a simple post or a simple content that you shared it on your channels, kailangan dapat consistent ka sa pag do it. In terms of art, kailangan dapat maging consistent ka. Because, pag pwedeng ngayon, simple lang, tapos bukas, it's gonna be a grand. Tapos, ayun, always study SEOs, the terms and scheduling posts. Kasi minsan, if you posted it on the wrong time, you'll tend to like be overpowered by other posts. Like, for example, this art has been posted in the right time, tapos ikaw, you posted it in the wrong time. You tend to like overthink na what's wrong with my art, pero you just realize na okay, it's because I posted it on the wrong time. Mga ganon. Yeah, you really want to like, if you really want to pursue content creation or art or streaming and posting it on YouTube, kailangan dapat i-study mo ang social media. Kailangan dapat maging social media manager ka. Hindi ka lang as a content creator doing creative ideas or putting up some inspiring or hilarious content. You should be studying how the social media works. Parang lang yan, it's like another experience din para sa'yo in case you want to like try out like corporate social media management works. At least ito, in your hobby, you get to like experience and learn more about it.
Yep, that is true. That is true.
That is the hardest to swallow pill na akala nila it's about parang sparkling rainbows, being naive, pero kailangan dapat talaga you have to fight off the algorithm. Kasi shooting your shot nga sa content creation, parang sige, everyone can be like a content creator, pero kailangan dapat you still need to study more about it, how everything works.
That is true. That is true. Yeah, it is very hard. And that's very sound advice. So, you can't just do one thing. You have, unfortunately or fortunately, you have to do many things as a content creator, especially with social media, because that's the big thing for you. It's not like the old days when you could always have a patron. Now you have to be your own boss. So, pretty much. So, yeah, thank you for the advice. And
may another advice pa ako.
Yes, go.
Kasi since we've been like juggling it on like doing ideas, content, posting it, and social medias, you should always take a break. Huwag mo masyadong sagarin ang sarili mo when it comes to doing the thing you love. Baka ito pa yung maging your most hated one. Kaya when you feel like you're not feeling it, just take a break. Even a 1 week break will work for you. Kasi parang feeling mo you're well rested, nagkaroon ka ng mental reset. So after that, you'll be like, oh, I can generate, parang create more ideas again. Parang all thanks to that 1 week break that I've been my body and my brain needed the most. Kasi if you're like doing it like every day, nakaka-burnout talaga siya.
Yeah, burnout is bad. Burnout is bad talaga. So
True.
yes, so anything that can prevent burnout, yes, take your breaks and work on it. Yes, because you're only human. After all,
True.
Not you. You're bred cat, so it's fine.
Yeah, I'm just a cat. I have 9 lives. Charot.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you've got a lot more experience to go on. That's true. But yes, so thank you for that advice, Mayu. So we'll now go to like some of the other like side questions as well.
Sure.
Like some more about personal stuff, like for you and your interests and stuff. So, like, what's the inspiration behind your VTuber design?
Good question. This is a lore that I haven't shared it to everyone. Because believe it or not, I created this OC when I was in high school, and it was inspired from the red-haired girl mascot from Ozin.
Wow.
Yeah, that was like a long time ago. I'm not sure kung anong year ba ako when I was in high school, but basta yung panahon pa na uso pa yung Ozin, yung mga magazines, mga prints nila. I was like so inspired with that design, so I decided to draw a red-haired girl pero hindi siya naka-pigtail. It's just like a long-haired girl. Tapos parang feeling ko it's not right. Parang I have to revamp and change it. Then I tried adding it with cat ears. Tapos I changed it to a pink-haired. Pero yung tones kasi niya is more of a cool tones. So, yung pagka-pink niya is leaning to a purplish tone. So, even on the uniform as well. Before pa ako magkaroon ng ganitong forma na to, yung unang design pa nun is when I was ewan ko kung alam niyo tong term na to, but is cost trip. Parang yung lang, cosplay casual lang. Yung uso pa nun dati pa. Kasi pa nagko-cosplay kasi parang you just wear a wig, then just wear some casual clothes. Ako kasi noon, nagko-cost trip kasi ako noon. Parang I just wore a white blouse and a blue skirt and a blue necktie and a black vest. And I feel ko parang isa na yung original character ko. Tapos I tried doing cost trip of Mayu years ago. Tapos parang feeling ko parang I should do more. Pero parang feeling ko na naging motivation ko muna mag-cosplay muna ako ng mga other characters, canon characters, anime characters. So parang sinet aside ko muna yung plan ko kay Mayu. Tapos nung years later, I decided to try revamping my Mayu again. Tapos ayun, I started coloring it with more warmer tones, which is right now what you are seeing here is a warmer pink naman, and also warmer palette, which is itong red, black, and brown bags, which is contrasting. And I really like the aesthetic of steampunk dati pa. So some people told me para siyang Dream of Dolls. I don't know if people know that. Kasi dati kasi uso yung Dream of Dolls, one of those joint doll, ball jointed doll, BJD. BJD. Tapos uso pa nun dati yung Dream of Dolls ng cosplay na yon. And medyo inspired siya doon sa Dream of Dolls. Pero hindi ko naisip na it's almost, the fashion is my back hurts. Pero yun, a lot of people thought that yun yung pinaka-commission ko tong yung costume ni Mayu. And it will be akala ko Dream of Dolls tong costume. Sabi ko, hindi, it's actually my it's my OC outfit. Naging lang, steampunk lang siya. Kasi I like the color red. Para kasing right now, I think it fits on my character. Kasi yung blue, parang masyado siyang, parang hindi siya tugma. Parang it's not appropriate. Parang I just want to lean it to a warmer tone. Tapos may contrasting na black na corset. Para medyo magtama lang yung niya, palette, yung share ng contrast ng palette and silhouette. Basta yun, ang dami kong gustong sabihin pero parang magiging technical terms na siya. Tapos yun, naglagay lang din ako ng headgear kasi ang lore kasi ng character ko is she wants to be more adventurous in a sense. Tapos yun, and yung pila, and here is my my revamp outfit for my OC. Pero right now I don't have any plans to change outfit kasi I really like this outfit a lot. And it kasi steampunk din.
Yep. And
yeah,
I like you said, you have a lot to say about it, and that's fine because I can just feel the passion that you have about your OCs. I know that I've seen your arts with all of your OCs. You have a lot of things that you want to do to say with them, so that's great that you do, and I'm happy that Mayu has a very rich and varied story behind her as well. In the chat we said lumalabas ang edad with the Ozine peeps and everything.
So true.
You know,
Yung mga nakaabot pa ng magazine nun.
you know, it's been so long since Ozine was mentioned that I only remember the convention, the O something. Yeah, but
Yeah.
that one. I actually was thinking you were gonna mention K Zone at
Actually,
some
yun
point.
din yun. K-Zone. Tapos yung isa pang girly din na magazine. I forgot that one. But
Mhm,
those were like the popular magazines back then. K-Zone and yung isa.
mhm.
Basta parang yung K-Zone for the boys. Ganun. Tapos yung isa naman yung for the girls. Basta I forgot that. Basta sila yung mga sikat nun. Tapos naging popular lang din yung Ozine nun. Starting 2009?
Mhm.
2009 ata. Mga ganun. Kaya kaya nga naglagay ako ng disclaimer, sino ba nakakaalam dito? May nakakaalam ba dito sa chat?
Dang, 2009. My goodness.
2009.
Oh my god, my back hurts even more. I need my senior citizen discount as
Star Magazine pa. Oh my god. So, lumalabas ka mga edad din nyo, ha?
You know, at least nobody is mentioning like Liwayway or something like that, because that would be like, whoa, that's really
stop
classic.
Stop right there.
But yeah, as we can mention, you know, there's a lot of inspiration behind your current OC and everything. But
Yeah.
I do want to ask, like, why bread? You know, because bread is like one of your YCH, one of your things is like the bread cat. So why bread of all things?
I just like want the silly shape of the cats loafing. Like in the way they tuck their feet underneath, because they're either cold or they want to like parang hindi pa sila super duper comfy with their owners, that they just like loaf to rest. Parang kasing, kasi pag it comes to like chibis or silly drawings, parang hindi siya masyadong detailed. Wala siyang, alam mo, how to pronounce this word? Intricate ba yun? Intricate ba yun? Yan. Parang hindi siya masyadong like detailed. Just like want some silly shapes. And that's what I think, that's one thing that I learned about when it comes to like doing memes or silly art. Lalo na sa mga ibang artists na with high followers and engagements. Parang inisip ko na, oh yeah, I should like draw some silly bread cat. Kasi parang tawag dito, kasing shape niya yung mga loaf. Every time they do in a loaf position, lalo yung mga orange cats, parang wow, they're like bread. They're so silly. Tapos yun, the orange cats are always silly. Tapos aside din sa bread cat, in terms of like the shape, I also like the bread in general. Pero I'm more biased to like soft and milky bread. Although I'm fine with other like yung mga toast, mga ganun. Pero parang mas gusto ko pa rin ng soft bread. Kasi parang ang hirap nguyain kasi pag mga super duper crunchy bread. Parang ayaw ko niyan. I mean, it's fine, pero I like milk bread, soft and milk bread.
That's fair.
Sarap isaw-saw sa hot choco or kape.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, because sometimes, you know, when you eat that super hard bread, it's like your teeth are gonna go bye-bye.
True.
Oh my.
True. Pero okay lang mas kanya mga pandesal. The pandesals are good. Pero
true.
I like the pandesal that are super soft. Parang we're gonna have a preferences. Which do you prefer? The toasted pandesal or the soft pandesal?
I'm fine with both, honestly. But actually, yeah, now that you mention it, you showed it earlier, but if it's okay, can you go mute for like a couple of seconds? Because that's your bread cat emote when you're on mute. No?
Sure.
There's the bread cat. Yes, indeed. Look at that loaf. Thanks, Mayu. You can come back now. And there's the other one as well, the bread head.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have different like reactives. One is the loaf and one is like lying down with the bread face ba yun? Bread cone of shame. But instead of the cone of shame, it's the bread cone of shame.
The bread of shame. I don't think that's gonna
The
work.
bread of shame.
I don't think that's gonna work on you, Mayu, because if you wear it, you're gonna eat it, most likely.
Yeah. I'm still gonna eat it anyways.
Nom 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 nom.
Yes.
So, we also talked about, you continuing to create and everything, and I can, like I said, I can tell you have a lot of passion for your art and your streaming career as well. So, who do you look up to, or are your inspirations when it comes to streaming, VTubing, art, whatever?
Is it weird that no one, I'm not like looking up to someone and it's just myself?
It's fine.
Yeah, because I strive to be a better person in the future from today. Because I've seen a lot of like amazing artists, especially on the Arc Nights. Because I have a tons of lists, pero parang wala dun yung parang point, or I'm not in that point of like super duper like I'm looking up to this person. No, parang I just like study their art on how they do it. I mean, surely they have stunning artworks and they have like impactful content, pero ayun, parang I like their work, pero it's not that to the point of no, I like this guy, I like this girl so much because their art is really great, ganyan. Pero yun, siguro I strive to be like a better person kasi I always wanted to make my past self be proud of me and to look up to the future Mayu. Kasi back then, they like drawing. Parang mahilig sila mag-drawing dati yung ng my past self, pero parang I really want to like to thriving to be a better person, like a better artist, para pagdating ng panahon parang wow, look how I did so far in my art journey and doing like tons of like pieces of illustrations na magiging impactful sa audiences and to my mutuals, ganon, and they're gonna be like continuing to entrust to draw yung mga OCs nila and their other like favorite characters sa akin.
And that's fine. I'm happy that you choose to rely on yourself, and it's fine too that you don't really have like someone you look up to or admire, because you're more focusing on yourself. Let's just say that.
Yes.
You're focusing on yourself instead of like trying to match this person. It's more of trying to surpass yourself every single time.
Kasi like every person that you will meet, they're also working on their own then. And I really don't want to like to surpass them. Parang I really want to like to surpass my current self. Parang I need to like draw more or parang improve more, ganon. Para in the future, be like, oh, look how I did so far in my art journey. Parang ganon.
And that's very good. That's a very good thing. And I hope that one day, when you look back, you'll finally look back at yourself, and you'll really be proud of what you have achieved. And for me, I'm already proud of what you've already achieved.
Thank you.
So, and it's all just gonna go up from here. It's just all gonna go up from here, Mayu. So I'm looking forward to whatever else you have planned. And also, while we're here, Amazaki says, kakakain ko lang ng pancit canton, gutom na naman ako. Ano ba, Mayu?
I love that. Bread is the staple food.
Yes, pancit canton and bread. It's the answer to everything.
Or pancit canton with rice. If you're Asian enough, you like rice so much.
That's true. Kahit may pancit canton, may rice pa. That's the answer to it.
Yes, carbs all over again.
Well, and that is how will I say? So that's pretty much where we are right now.
Yeah.
I believe we can wrap it up here. So
Yes.
I do want to ask, do you have anything you want to plug? anything that you know that you're looking forward to for the year, any plans that you would want the audience to know about?
I have my VGen, which is I recently like opened this year. Although dati pa ako may VGen, kumbaga I just like started opening commissions. So if you guys want to check out my VGen, please do check it out. Wait lang, I'll just have to type na lang VGen.
Yes, please.
Sylmayu, wait lang. Link ko na lang dito. I just started my vegan journey. Although wala pa it's still there. Although hopefully I'll get to like have clients in vegan. But it's fine if people prefer like directly commissioning me. I'm either way it's fine para naman sa akin. Kumbaga I'm just like adding more channels or other social media presence or websites to people so people can reach out to me aside from like my Twitter or my X or my Blue Sky. They have like the option.
That is true. And yeah, especially for me, who's more of a commissioner of art, if you want to go, if you have like a lot of OCs or if you have reference sheets, you can actually use your VGen account and then you can post them as characters as well. So it's a lot easier than having to just keep sending your reference sheets every single time. And
True.
you can post that and your fan art and everything. So yes, go ahead and commission Mayu. I can see on your VGen page you already do have the breakdancing emote at the ready.
Yeah, it's ready. I'm just like looking forward to like work with everyone who wants to like avail this silly animated emote that I created.
And yeah, looking forward to that, and hopefully more clients and more opportunities will come for you. And
Thank you.
there we go. So thank you once again. Thank you once again, everyone, for you're very welcome. And to wrap up, thank you once again, everybody, for your time. And I hope that this episode of the Color Surfer Convos podcast brought a little more color to your day. And thank you once again to my guest, Mayu, as well. And I hope that in the meantime, you take care, always stay safe, and keep the world turning. Bye now.
Bye everyone. Thank you so much.
All right, so perfect. Thank you so much once again, Mayu. That was excellent. We were able to take care of that. So I'll be streaming a bit after we're done. But yes, if you have nothing else to add, again, you have last minute plugs. Anything?
You can just check out my card. Kasi nandyan naman lahat ng mga socials ko, including my VGen website there. If you want to like reach out to me, if you want to like commission, go check it out. I also have my portfolio there aside on my VGen website. Nasa card ko na lahat ng socials ko. Please do check it out there. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Opportunity din, Serjay.
And thank you again for accepting. So that's it for the podcast episode. If you want to go ahead and leave the call, that's fine too. And in the meantime, thanks everybody for sticking around with this one, and then we'll be gaming in a bit. So thanks, Mayu.
Bye-bye.
I am alone again. The cat has left me. All right, so let's go ahead and hydrate. Thank you, Reeker. For the hydrate, posture check. Thank you. Yeah, I like how the alerts now show like what you redeem and everything. You get a free stretch as well. Yeah. All right, so now let's go ahead and move over here to the next part. Wait lang, please. And we'll go ahead and play some games. I need to get my Xbox controller. Yes. Did I tell? I'm not sure if many of you know, but I actually got myself an Xbox controller because, if you want to play Fortnite or if you want to play on Epic Games and you want to use a controller, what's this? Switch controller is not exactly the most recommended, so that's why they recommend Xbox. So yeah, it's a bit of a doozy, but you know, that's what we have to deal with, so that's just what it's gonna be. So this is not Virtua Fighter 5 Revo right now. Of course, as you can see, it's Fruit Mountain. So I'm not really in the mood for like super competitive gaming at the moment. I want to take it a bit more chill today, so I hope you can forgive me for choosing something a little bit more relaxing. Yes. But in a way, Fruit Mountain is also pretty stressful in its own way, because holy cow, the amount of big brain calculations that you have to look into as well is very hard. But yeah, as well, I'll be running an ad, a 3-minute ad first, and then we'll start. Because also, the reason why I'm choosing Fruit Mountain is because I also want to share some stories as well. So I don't think I can really share stories effectively if I'm busy trying not to die in in fighting games. So let's go run a 3-minute ad, and then we'll be back afterwards. Okay, don't forget to stretch and stand up for a bit, everybody. Yeah. Oh, that's good. You're gonna hear a lot of noise coming in. Always, you know what, chat? Always make sure that you move your body on stream. You're not meant to sit down for hours on end. You have to move. Very relaxing music, you know. That's it's very, very calming. That's why, you know, if you gotta do it, you gotta do it. Galaw-galaw din pag may time. Sabi nga nila, tama naman. Galaw-galaw naman. Mag-exercise tayo tuwing umaga. Tuwing umaga. Well, it's nighttime in the Philippines, but it's daytime on the other side of the world, so it's still appropriate. You know what they say? It's high noon somewhere in the world. That is true. So, ayun. Lusot! Pasok! Oh my goodness. I really need to focus more on my cardio. Holy cow, I need to breathe. Wait, I'm just answering some messages. Okay, now I need to tell everybody that we're playing a game and not and the podcast is finished. So yeah, like what Mayu said, you know, you have to be a social media manager. So it's not just you gotta do one thing, you gotta do other stuff too. Okay, and all right, perfect. And let's see, ads are ads are done. Perfect. Let me take down the break. Okay, and welcome back, everybody, and I hope that you had a great break. We're now moving on to Fruit Mountain, which is a very competitive game. in its own right. And yeah, we're gonna be just stacking some fruit and telling stories and all of that. And I hope that you stick around and enjoy. And yeah, we're playing on the Xbox controller. The Xbox. The hold on. Oh, I was about to say something very sus. Sounds very wrong. Yes, for all of you artists there, starting off with a bowl of fruit, as your first inspiration. Yes, I remember when I first learned how to draw. And mind you, I don't really draw that well, but I learned that from Sister Svek, because Sister Svek's hobby is drawing, and she's pretty good, is that there actually are things like warm up drawings. So you don't just go open up your sketchpad or your drawing software and then just draw. No. At least for Sister Svek, what she would do is that she would draw, let's say, straight lines over and over, and then she would draw circles and those sorts of things. And I'm like, what? You actually have to do that just like an exercise? You know, because here's the thing. Growing up, I used to think that warm up only applied to like exercise. I didn't expect it to be something that you have to do on other things as well, right, Julian? After putting all my apples in a basket only for it to turn into a watermelon. I mean, if you really want to save on fruit, you just buy a bunch of apples and then all of a sudden you go home, poof, it became watermelon. And poof, it became Cocoa Crunch with a great chocolatey taste. Goodness. Amazaki says, yeah, I do the same thing as Rakugaki or some doodles to get the feeling of wanting to draw. You know, Amazaki, that's something that I find hilarious. Whenever I watch Japanese Twitter artists, they're like, yes, this is Rakugaki or RKGK, which pretty much translates to like a doodle or something, you know, quickly that you just do. And then when you see it, it's like, whoa, it looks like something that belongs in a museum. It's like, yeah, that's just a doodle. It's nothing big. And I'm like, what are you talking about? That's nothing big. My goodness. Some people, you know, it's like, I don't know if that's supposed to be a humble brag, but I guess it's not. But, you know, when you look at it as an outsider, it's like, wow, that's really showing off right there. But yeah, I don't know at some point if artists are just like, yeah, I've moved on from like warming up with circles and lines and stuff. Let's just draw the Mona Lisa as warm up at some point. You know, I mean, at some point there has to be like some kind of like shonen anime, but with like manga. I think you could consider Bakuman as like a shonen anime for manga, because, you know, that's they try to make it like a big deal and everything. But it's like, first off, you see the protagonist struggling to draw even a straight line, and then they have the power up, the technique that has been passed down through generations, like nobody has learned how to draw a straight line freehand like this in 2,000 years and such. And then you could see the power with the epic orchestral music. Ha he ha ha. He's beginning to believe the straight line is being made. You can do this, brother. How could this be? Oh my goodness. Yes, the power of friendship. That's one thing that you don't understand, villain. The pen that I hold in my hand is filled with the ink of friendship. That sounds wrong. Yes, the ink of friendship. Yes, that's what they're calling it right now. The ink of friendship. look, okay, look, okay, I come from I was about to say I come from the Splatoon community. Okay, ink jokes are a dime a dozen at that point. Oh my goodness. But yeah, hashtag the ink of friendship, everybody. Make it go viral. You know, so one thing that I wanted to do, I think for people in the Discord server, and if you're not yet part of the Discord server, you can go ahead and check it out because I rant about stuff like this. One thing that I want to do is that I actually choose. I'm actually in the market for another drawing tablet. And excuse me, a tablet, because I want to draw. What's this? I've drawn before. I'm not very good, of course, but you know, you just draw and then have fun. And then I had fun drawing for a bit. I have already drawn other VTubers before. I have drawn Mayu's OCs before. I've sent her the sketch, and it was inspired because Mayu has like 3 OCs. I was inspired by that famous meme pic of the three wolves, and then 2 of them are laughing their heads off, and then the one in the middle is just done with their shit. Yeah, that's yeah, glad you remember that, Mayu. So there's that one. So I think I've portrayed your 3 OCs personalities quite accurately with that one. And yeah, I was going. Julian mentions the ink of friendship and its greatest enemy, the correction fluid of hatred. No one has used the correction of fluid of hatred for so long. Yes, you do not understand the power, protagonist. I have unlocked something even greater for my art. If I can never be as good as you, how can you understand, protagonist? I have done art all my life, and then you just pick up a pen, and nobody understands my struggle. If I can't be a popular artist online, then no one can. Pulls out correction fluid. No, not the ancient correction fluid. That was a technique lost to time all these years ago. Don't do it. You'll give up your the soul of an artist. I don't need the soul of an artist. I only need the glory. Chat, make that into an anime. Okay, I fully endorse it. I will. It's just like, you know, one of my big inspirations for like voice acting is ProZD, and I remember his skits before is all about one of them is the shonen anime tic-tac-toe. So like imagine you're doing the 2 X's and then someone puts the circle there, and it's like, and then the audience is reacting to it. It's like, he blocked it! Impossible! He's beginning to believe. You can do this, brother! Imagine tic-tac-toe anime. Fund it. And you know what? And it has the budget. It has the budget of the anime studio that's doing Demon Slayer. Okay? So it's got all the amazing effects, but it's just for tic-tac-toe. Amazake says, you know what else is an artist's greatest enemy? A piece of bread used to erase charcoal. Oh, so yeah, that's a thing. I never really understood, you know, why people use bread for charcoal, but okay, I guess, if that works. My greatest enemy is pastel. Because when I was a kid, again, because Sister Svek had a lot of she had pastel, and I liked the idea of pastel, but having to smudge everything is kind of weird to me, and I could never get used to the feeling of, you know, having to smudge to get the effects that you're looking for, and I ended up just causing a big mess every single time. You have to understand, that's also the reason why I want to get a drawing tablet, because whenever I make my ball pen drawings, because, you know, I'm built different, I draw using ball pen on paper, you could see all of the scuff, the lines and everything, because, you know, I do it freehand. I'm too good. I don't need outlines. But yeah, I mean, I want to be able to do the same thing, but I also want to do it on tablet because it's a lot easier to carry that way, and maybe I'll have more motivation to draw. What's this? Julian says, the poor girl is trying to paint, but you keep throwing fruits on that platter. Look, Julian, all right? The good thing about being an artist is that you have to be flexible. What up, baby? Draw that, girl. Draw that now. Yes. Draw what I just created. Amazaki says, new goal, get a tablet for Serjay. You know, I was thinking about that. Because honestly, I feel kind of shy to ask for funding and stuff, because honestly, I mean, I do have a pretty stable income and everything, and for me, I feel kind of shy asking for donations and stuff like that. Woo! Let's go! She's happy, baby! But I don't know. You know, I was actually joking with a friend, and we were talking about, like, what would you put on throne? And for me, I would just be honest, and I would just say, okay, the only item that you would find on my throne is, quote, feed my art commission addiction. Serjay needs funds for his art. Yes, for his art addiction. So if you would like to feed my addiction, now would be a good time. Look, I mean, at least I'm being honest, you know, about what the funds are going to be used for, because I know there have been issues before about funds not being appropriated to the proper purposes. You know, funds are being given like in donathons or subathons and stuff like that, and people are like, you know, you're misappropriating our funds, and then I'm like, nah fam, I just want to get more porn. Look, okay, you know, just seeing all of that, it's like, yeah, that's some good stuff right there. Add it to the collection. Okay, I'm gonna tell you up front, okay, that's what it's for. I am not gonna sugarcoat it, okay, because it's nice, all right? I didn't know what the big deal was, but when I finally saw, you know, all that art with my OCs and everything, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna get addicted to this. And if you think about it also, yes, you know, I mean, think about it. It's also like a noble reason, you know? We're doing it, as Mayu says, we're doing it to feed the artists. I am ensuring that my artists always get work. Even though the thing that I always do, and I'm sure some of them, if they're in the audience, they already know what I'm like. It's like, okay, all right, Serjay's commission is done. And then like 5 minutes later, hi. Hi, would you like, I got another idea. It's like, yes. Oh God, I'm already done drawing this spicy artwork for Serjay. And I'm like, hi. I'm like the guy, I'm just like, you know, in The Shining, I bring the axe and I'm like, here's Serjay. We got another commission. And I'm like, no. And at some point, I'm not sure if the artists are gonna say like, no, please. Too late. I like your art. I'm approaching your location. Yes. What's this? Mayu says, I mean, if I was rich too, I will commission a great commission a great not spicy artist for two, but I'm poor, so I learned it on my own copium. You know, I'm what's this? I'm I would love to learn to draw. That's what I keep joking about. Is that, you know, if God made me actually interested in learning how to draw, if that was my focus of my interests growing up, then no one is safe. I'd be drawing that shit all day. with permission, of course. But, you know, it's like, yes, the power. and then, you know, that's what they say. Don't make your artist friends angry. You know, don't make your artist friends angry. They can draw you pregnant. You know, we're saying. What's this? Amazaki says sometimes customers are scary at some point. I hope I'm not scary to my artists. I guess I can be in a way, because I'm like, you know, like after like a couple of days, I come back and it's like, yeah, like, yep, I got more. I'm like a very bad inspirational Captain America. I could do this all day. You see, friends, I have something I have a backlog. I blame it on everybody on my timeline that keeps posting, you know, the draw my OC, you know, having spicy time. And I'm like, yep. Add that one to the backlog. Oh my goodness, it's like, okay, I'm gonna put that on the Trello as well. We're gonna fill up that one too. Julian says, Mayu says, Mpreg art for the rude dudes. Oh no. But Julian says, some people would say, oh no, they could draw me pregnant. I say, free pregnant art. Yippee! Yes. My goodness, wait. Free pregnant art, yes. Earlier, Amazaki says, if it exists, then it should have X. Yes, indeed. If it exists, we can loot it. I would like to see, you know, I would like to be surprised one day. Like, the goal, one of my big goals as a VTuber, okay, is that one day I want to have a page on virtual YouTuber wiki. That's a dream of mine. I also want to have a page on TV tropes as well, and maybe Wikipedia, and also to be on Rule 34. I mean, is that so wrong? I want to validate, you know, how good it feels, you know? Oh my goodness. One day, Serjay, one day you'll wake up and then you'll see, wow, okay, we made it. I have different metrics for success, chat. What's this? And yeah, so art is something, and going back to what I mentioned, yes, I would like to get a tablet. I actually went shopping earlier, and then I went to the mall so I could buy some running shoes. I bought another pair of running shoes, but before that, I went to the Cyber Zone. So you know that I went to a specific mall for that. And then I scanned around, and then I saw, you know, like Samsung, Huawei, Xiaomi, stuff like that. And, you know, they're okay. I just need to find, like, I need to find something that works with stylus and everything. But actually, now that I think about it, I don't, if ever I can save, maybe I don't need to buy a tablet. I can actually still use my cell phone. I could just use my cell phone, and then if I get like the right kind of stylus or drawing app for mobile, then maybe it could work that way too. I just need to know like what would be a good drawing app for mobile. If anyone in the chat can provide suggestions. I know that they've got Ibis Paint and like a bunch of others, but yeah, I need to go check if those work with because Sister Svek, when she gave me the iPad, she gave me an old stylus, and it kind of works, but only for like taking down notes. So we got suggestions of Medibang or Ibis Paint. Ibis Paint. Got it. Okay, so I'll go look into that, and then hopefully we can get it working. You know, honestly, I don't really need like super fancy stuff for my drawings, because you know I just want to draw something simple, easy. You know, for me, my philosophy as a content creator is that I believe more in quantity over quality. You know how I know a lot of people might disagree with that, but for me, I believe more that even if it's not exactly the highest quality, if you keep churning it out, eventually you might produce something that is a lot more high quality. So you need to, like for me with my shorts, I produce it like on the daily, because you know it helps get my name out there, it helps feed the algorithm, and you know it's also good practice to see like, you know, what works, what doesn't work, because perfect is the enemy of good. That's what they say. Perfect is the enemy of good. So it doesn't matter if you churn out low quality stuff frequently, but if you're learning from it, then why not, right? Because at least you're producing something. And for YouTube especially, it is almost mandatory for you to try and keep creating, because if you do, you'll be able to feed the algorithm and tell your audience like, you know, this is what we do, this is what I want, and they'll recommend you more to an audience because they know what exactly you produce and the kind of content. Oh shit! Oh, look at that apple! Oh no, it's at the edge! It's at the edge! Okay, we're gonna try this, okay? Okay, alright, we're stressing, Okay, what's this? Amazake says, the good thing about Medibang is that when you draw on your tablet, you can continue it on your PC. Oh, really? That's cool. Okay. Oh yeah, speaking of the pen pressure, I have to start practicing about my pen pressure, because when I write, you know, that's also one of the reasons why I don't really use handwriting anymore, because I have a very heavy hand when it comes to handwriting. Ooh, the edge of the apple. Okay, anyway, and the stylus that Sister Svek gave me was actually a very, you know, one of those wider tip styluses. Fuck! So you're not gonna get any precision from that. So it's almost like really, really wide, and it's like you have to bleh. It's not like a pen. It's not like a it's more like a, you know, it's very thick. Thick lines. So yeah, it's great for like if you want to like point to a certain specific thing, but if you want to like make precision line work, you don't. And you know what's funny as well is that when I first learned of of styluses. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, artists in the chat, but you actually need to replace the nib of the stylus at some point. And I was like, what? I thought, you know, when you're handling a stylus, there's no need to worry about stuff like that. I mean, I thought that only happens if you like really press down hard on the stylus at some point, and it sort of deforms with time. Mayu says yes. Okay, so apparently you really do need to change your stylus, and it's like, what? Okay. Amazaki says, I do replace my nibs on graphic tablets, but not on stylus for the Android tablet. Oh, okay. Okay, so it can be a choice. But why, though? I'm assuming it's because it's just like a pencil and then it wears down. So you need to replace it for, like, you know, precision line work also. Nice. So, yeah. Yeah, okay, great. Yeah, I know things. I'm just not very good at it. That's been my problem since the very beginning, you know. I have a wealth of knowledge in my head, but not a lot of experience to use it. Unfortunately, I'm very intelligent, I know, but I'm not very smart. So a lot of people can still beat me in many things, but you know, I guess that just gives me more opportunities to learn and improve. You know, how you have to understand your limitations, and then you have to keep learning. One day when I will be, people will be surprised. They will see me open like a fan box or a Pixiv, and then they will see my godly my godly spice. I've gotten tired of commissioning artists. Now I must become the artist. My goodness. But yes, I mean, look, chat. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be very frank with you. I used to think that, you know, my audience would drift away from me, would not like me if I, you know, started leaning into more spicy stuff, whether it was like my art commissions or my alt account or any of the other shenanigans that I do. Because when I first started as a streamer, I tried to be as, you know, as pure as possible. But even then, I knew there were cracks. There were glitches in the Serjay matrix. But I tried to keep it, you know, low key as possible, because I knew that I tried to market myself as a more family friendly streamer. And then but then I realized, yes, it's fun for the whole family, but mostly for the adults. So, and you know, I'm very happy that people don't really mind it that much if I choose to engage or produce that kind of content. So, you know, as long as people are, you know, as everybody is consenting, and then it's all spoilered properly, then yeah, I mean, as long as, you know, expectations are set, then that's fine, I guess. Mayu says, me who has low expectations to everyone, yet this person has a dark side too. Dang, you didn't have to put it like that, Mayu. parang sa Tagalog. Oh wait, no, not Tagalog. I don't know how you say it in Tagalog, but in Hiligaynon, it's closer to like pakot kogin, which in English is closer to something like I knew it. I knew all along. That sort of thing. It's like you had that feeling, and then that person like actually did what you were thinking that they were doing, but not necessarily in a bad way. But it's like, yes, I knew it. I had that feeling all along. There we go, Mayu. Sabi na nga ba eh. Sabi na nga ba eh, si Serjay eh, mahilig sa mga... Am I wrong? That's what makes me happy. Oh my goodness. Amazaki says, I remember drawing spicy fan art. I was really nervous when my favorite light novel author liked it. I was sweating profusely. Well, you know, I would imagine how stressful it would be, but you know, I'm happy that they liked it a lot. You know, reading light novels, and then you could see the art on the light novels, and it's like, that's pretty spicy right there. Because some of the popular light novels also have spicy artists as their illustrators, and then, you know, if you're like me, I don't know if I should be proud of this or not, but I can remember a lot of things. But so if you are a frequent flyer of specific websites, then you can already begin to identify the artist based on the art. And it's like, oh, I know this artist. I know the artist from this art. And it's like, oh yes, you're the one who did this art. I see you. Sylmayu says her favorite sensei following her account, and Amai is too shy to share spicy art. Nah, go ahead and, you know, own it. I am in admiration of the people who choose to have like the same account for both, you know, spicy and, you know, say so stuff. You know, I understand the need for some people to prefer to split it because, you know, their audiences might want different things. But, you know, if you're willing to keep it in the same place, then, you know, kudos to you, I guess. Interesting choice. Amazaki says, apparently Inori Sensei supports it. Oh, that name sounds familiar. But that was the hilarious thing for me was when I found that, for example, redo of Healer. The artist there does some very spicy art, and I was like, oh, I know what else you did. Or some VTuber artists as well. When I see them, and it's like, wait a minute. I've seen your artwork somewhere else before. It's just like it's a guessing game. It's like, wait a second, where else have I seen your stuff before? All in good fun. It's like, this art style is very familiar. Yes, Sylmayu. It's like, you know what's funny? Whenever I see a spicy artist, and I see their works in, like, say, light novels or other non-spicy contexts, for example, like they do manga. Like, I'm usually able to tell by looking at the faces. Because, you know, when you look at spicy art, when you think of, like, looking at a spicy artist's style, sometimes you might think, oh, it's just because you're looking at, like, you know, the body or specific body parts. And I'm like, at some point, you know, there's like only so many ways that you could draw, like, specific, you know, parts of the body. But when you look at their faces or their facial expressions, that's a lot easier way for me to tell, like, you know, this specific artist does it. Like, I can tell, like, for example, I always give this example of Kinu Nishimura, who does the artwork for a lot of Capcom games, fighting games. And I'm like, you know, that art style looks familiar. And then I look at the way Kinu Nishimura draws women. And if the woman in the art does, like, a pouty face at some point, I'm like, yep, that's them. Or if this artist does like a specific smile and stuff like that, it's like, no, I don't look at the body, I look at their face, and I'm like, oh yeah, I know what you are. I know what you are. Oh my goodness. Hey Luna, what are you coming to? We're talking about, stuff, cultured stuff. Amazake says, I'm still nervous when I have spicy fan art ideas. Do not hold back. You only have one life to live. Be happy. This is coming from someone who has tried to be like, no, you have to think about what other people think about. Did that make me happy? No. But did people even care? No. You have only one life to live. You have to focus on what makes you happy. Put that on a shirt. Life quotes for Serjay. Yes. As long as you're not, hurting anyone, as long as you're stepping on people's toes, then that's fine. Luna says he will just push you to do it. Yes, that's true. Okay, I'm trying to push more people to do it because at my age, I've come to realize that nobody's really gonna care about you eventually, so you might as well just do what makes you happy. That's my advice, kids. All right, as long as it's legal, and you're not hurting anybody, just do what makes you happy. Disclaimer, it has to be legal. Okay, please. Luna says, at your age, don't talk to me about that, Luna. My goodness. Yes, legal and with consent, of course. So there's that. That's a given. So yeah. Don't forget to come with your checklist of questions. Sylmayu says, for legal purposes, otherwise going to court is expensive. That is true. That is true. Breathe. You gotta YOLO. Even if you're going solo. Ang sakit naman. Especially since Valentine's Day was just finished, my goodness. I'm riding solo. Amazake says hydrate. Sige, we'll hydrate right now. Drinkies! Yes. Wait, I need to catch my breath. It's like I ran a marathon. There was just like so much to talk about. But yeah. Oh, you want me to stretch? Okay, let's go stretch. Okay. Oh, I thought I heard something crack. Oh, God. Oh. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that feels good. Ah. Bring the squats back right now? No, I will not. Amazaka says, I hope you're okay after that crack. It's okay. Okay naman. Okay naman if you crack your back. Basta, as long as they keep coming back. Ayay! kung pwede lang sana they come back. Ayay! I'm sorry. Ang aga naman, Serjay. No. We never stop with the hugot, baby. That's just part of the branding, baby. Oh my goodness. Love is in the air, my goodness. And dahil dyan, sogo kita. It's perfect for the group study sessions. I will never forget seeing those advertisements, and I'm like, is that what they're calling it now? Dang. Okay, they really hired someone to say that. What group study sessions? Human anatomy. So we're just saying, that's a great place if you want to learn how to improve your art. Yes. It even comes with like a free chair for art observation purposes. If you wanna observe your models. Oh my goodness. Okay, anyway. It was for the art, man. It was for the art. But yeah. Human anatomy, it hits different, okay? People think that they can get into art, any kind of art, but it's like you have to draw anatomy. Okay, chat, artists in the chat, you'll have to tell me, like, which is the human body part that you despise drawing? Because I know artists, they meme about hating to draw hands, not really feet, but hands mostly. And it's like, thank goodness that AI is still not that advanced, that we still get like weird hands that we could tell that it's fake. Mayu and Amazaki both say feet. That's interesting. I will never forget, there's this famous comic artist. And back in the days when I used Tumblr a lot, they used to meme on this comic artist a lot because he has a tendency of drawing feet, or just not drawing feet at all. Like, he would make it so the characters would pose like a ballerina, or just have the feet off panel so that there's no reason to draw the feet, which is a very interesting way to cheat the system. It's like, oh, I don't want to draw feet. Okay, just draw it off panel. Everything should end at around the ankle. But which is, I think, a lot easier to do than, if you want to cheat hands. But Reeker, just put on socks. No, Reeker, he doesn't even want to draw shoes for some reason. Like, feet positioning, shoes, boots, none of that. It's just the lower appendage in general. So it has to be always like upper body focused. So Mayu, Amazake, that's probably that's the secret, just secrets from Serjay, just everything off panel. no full body option, just like thigh up only at the most. Amazaki says, thank goodness I don't have to draw character references barefoot. I gotta design a lot of shoes. Well, that's a different thing, because shoes can sometimes be a little bit more difficult to draw depending on the design. Mayu says, I would rather draw boots. Yeah, boots are nice, at least. Reeker with or just observe more feet. Then how are we observing this feet, Reeker? How are we observing the feet? Like, fascinating. Fascinating specimen. Yes. Okay, where is this conversation going? I don't know. My goodness. Amazaki says, I would rather draw hands for their feet. Ah, yes. Like, I'm sorry, feet lovers. You get twice the amount of hands. Yes. When they take off their shoes, it's another pair of hands. No! Welcome to my G-Subs flavor. I don't know if I would, in the future, if I get big enough, if I would want like a G-Subs flavor. I don't even know what my flavor would be. That would be an interesting one, because it has to fit with like the color theme. And I don't know at this point what that's gonna be. So who knows? We'll see. Serjay shaker would be nice. Yep. Got, you know, if you want to get that Serjay flavor, you gotta shake it. Shake and savor the Serjay flavor. Ooh! Yes, I already got a slogan, baby. Put that on a shirt. Put that on a waifu. Use code Svek for my, you know, for a discount on my Serjay shaker. Yes. Hashtag not sponsored. But, you know, if you want to be if you want to sponsor me, you know, I gladly shill. Yes. What's this? Yeah, at some point I'm like, you know, I have that part of me again who's like, that's really thinking like, do I really want to stick with Serjay Svek as my VTuber name? Because for those who don't know, that was just my gamer tag before. And then, like with a lot of things, I didn't really think too hard about what would happen. So I decided, yeah, when I become a VTuber, I'll just call myself my gamer tag, Serjay Svek. It don't matter. But then I'm like, when I started interacting with a lot more VTubers, I was like, dang, my VTuber name don't sound like a VTuber name. And I had that at point when I was like really thinking about what I would call myself. But then I'm like, at that point, it's like, you know, people already know me as Serjay Svek. And like Reeker says, it rolls off the tongue. So, you know, and it ain't so bad. It's not so bad. It does the job. So, yun lang. It's just kind of hard to explain where the name comes from without giving out a lot of info. But yeah. Use code SVEK. Yes. Mga Svek kapatid. Mga Sveki. Yes, naman. Let's go. But yeah, thank you again for the suggestion earlier. I'll look into possibly getting like Ibis paint or Medibang as my drawing options, and hopefully with the stylus it will work, and then I could get like a more precise stylus, because it's nice to be able to draw, but I'm kind of not in the mood to like draw on notebooks and then I have to take a picture, and you know, I prefer to use a stylus and then just take a screenshot, you know what I mean? Amazaki says spectacular. That's actually what I use for my branding, you know? Another spectacular stream. So you already, you know, realize, you already know the thing that I use for my branding. So good. Oh my goodness. Don't forget to, you know, massage your hands, everybody. You know, you're not getting older. I know that for a lot of my artist friends, they have carpal tunnel. So, you know, take care of your hands, because that's your primary work. That's your primary tool. So, and I remember when I first learned to draw under the tutelage of Sister Svek, she was like, no, Serjay, don't use your wrist. Use your elbow, use your shoulder. And I'm like, huh? What? Yes, you have to go bigger if you want to draw smaller, apparently. I don't even know, because I don't know if it's because I'm just not practiced enough, but the idea of having to like use your elbow to draw lines and stuff like that, that's like, whoa. That's like, I'm still not understanding it that well. But I guess it's like similar to how in the gym, like there's like this mind muscle connection. Like when you first start lifting weights, it's like you don't really feel the connection between a certain muscle and the action that you're doing. But then with enough practice, you could feel like whenever you hear your coach say, you know, activate your lats, And then when you're starting to exercise, you have no idea how to do that when you're performing the action. But then after a while, it's like, oh yeah, activate your lats. Okay, I got it. I know what to do. I could feel it. I could feel it. Yes, that sort of thing. So yeah, maybe in the future I'll learn how to draw with my elbow. But imagine if someone hears this conversation and they hear it literally. It's like, yes, I draw with my elbow. I don't even finger paint. I elbow paint. Reeker says, put stylus on elbow. Just duct tape it to your elbow and start drawing. Even better, you don't even use a stylus. You just put your elbow on your drawing tablet and start drawing. There we go. That's a challenge. I think that's a very interesting challenge for some of my artist friends. Draw using different parts of your body. But I will let you decide. I will let you decide at some point, like, what body part to use. I am not encouraging any. whatever you're thinking of, I am not encouraging. I mean, I've seen some people get very creative when it comes to using parts of their body to draw. So, you know, if that's what floats your boat, then okay, sure, go ahead. Okay, anyway. You know, your body is a gift. Use it in the pursuit of art. Yes. My goodness. You know, I have to say something, you know, out of context for the clips. So, you know when you got a finger paint, it's like, yes. Finger that tablet. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yes. Finger that tablet. My body is rejecting me. My throat is rejecting me. It doesn't want to hear me say more soft stuff, whatever. My tablet at 3 a.m. Oh my god. You borrow a friend's tablet, and then when you return it, it's like, why is my tablet so sticky? Nope. No, we're not going there. We're not going there anymore, my goodness. We're gonna keep going. Okay, anyway. Yes. I haven't done a just chatting stream for such a long time, so a lot of the unhinged shit that, you know, I haven't been able to say on stream is finally coming back, baby. Pear. Nice. Dragon fruit. Okay, there we go. Dragon fruit, more like drag on these nuts. Oh my goodness, I am farming clips like you wouldn't believe. My shorts channel is gonna be inundated with clips. Perfect. Yes. Oh my goodness. This is not what happens every time, okay? I just want to make that clear. You know, I'm just having fun. I'm just having fun with chat. The weird unhinged shit that, you know, that doesn't always come out. Throat. Sorry. Need to hydrate some more. Hold on. Okay. You know, actually, before I stream nowadays, especially if I do my podcast, before I go live, I always make sure that I do some more vocal exercises. You know, because I know that for the longest time I didn't do that, and I discovered that yes, just like, you know, when you're singing, you need to do some vocal warm-up exercises to really get the best results and try to mitigate any damage. So I learned how to do things. It reminds me of High School Musical all over again. Sometimes I forget. I forget to mute, so my podcast guests end up hearing me in the background going ma 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 ma, like you know, you got to do your tongue twisters, your tongue exercises. You gotta limber up your tongue. You know what I mean? The tongue is a muscle, so you have to warm it up as well. That sort of thing. Tongue twisters, tongue exercises, vocalizations. Me oh 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 din din. Me oh 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 oh. I grew up in I spent many years singing in choir, so I remember I remember the old ways. Me oh 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 oh. I wonder how low I can go this time. I'm bass, and that's funny because a lot of the time when I'm in choir, they don't really have someone with a naturally deep voice as I do. And whenever we do like vocal exercises, if they have to warm up, usually at the end when they go to the super low notes, I'm the only one left. So they're really challenging me to go lower each time, and depending on the keyboard that they use, they won't even. I go even lower than the keyboard that they have. Me oh 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 oh. 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 Can we go even lower than that? Okay, let's see. Me oh 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 oh. I can feel my stomach rumbling doing that. You know, if Reeker said my furniture starts floating around. When you fumble your Latin exam and then you accidentally summon a demon. Oh my goodness. I remember, you know, when we were in the choir and Amazaki says, parang yung mga naka-silhouette na in-interview sa investigador. Oh, yung sinabi sa akin kasi meron namang ano, yung parang legal naman yung ginagawa natin eh. Wala naman silang sinasabi na illegal eh. So binigay ko naman lahat yung sinasabi yung gusto nila para sa kanila kasi sabi nila daming pera. Daming. No. Has to be deeper. Sabi naman nila kasi na daming perang mag-aantay sa amin. So binigay ko naman yung lahat ng mga detalye para sa kanila. See, and then they censor my face, they blur my face, and then they hide my name, and then they give me alias Jobert. Alias Jobert, biktima. Sorry for all the Joberts out there. I hope you're okay. But yeah. Si Jobert, si John Mel, si John Boy. and then they put the H right after the J every single time. Ah, yes, Philippine naming quirks. Every single time. It's not... Kulang pa yun, Amazake. You have to put an H after the J. Si Kuya Jobert. Oh my goodness. Jobert! Bili ka muna ng ng mantika, Jobert! And I mean, I'm not very good at that, so I'm probably gonna stop that accent, but yes. Jobert! And then, ayun, and then we get to the point like, Jobert Cyril with an X. Jobert XYRIL. Jobert Cyril. Laksamana. That's like my undercover alias. Serjay Svek, aka Jobert Cyril Laksamana. A new identity has been born for Serjay. Because in the lore, Serjay goes among... he lives in the Philippines, of course. And then he goes around and mingles with fellow Filipinos. So, Serjay Svek is not a very common Filipino name. But now we have a more common Filipino name for him. Si Jobert Cyril Laksamana. Ay, nako. My goodness. I am among you. Yes, that is true. I am hiding among you. It's a lot easier now to justify now with my new outfit and appearance. Yes, indeed. My goodness. Push! Yes, beautiful. Combo breaker! Xbox. You know what? If we had an Xbox controller, but it was made in the Philippines, we could probably call it Xbuko. I just had the inspiration. Xbuko. Just reminds me of that old spoofs t-shirt. Starbuco iced pops. I miss spoofs. That was one of my favorite brands. But nowadays it's being taken over by Linya Linya. Those were... It's just hilarious. Ooh, 50,000 cumulative score. Nice, nice. Yeah, we're running an ad right now. But anyway, it's not like a big high intense game, so we could just, keep going. Wait lang. Fashion. Yes. I was looking at someone right now with their Discord, and then they mentioned fashion, and I'm like, oh yeah, Roblox is a thing of dress to impress. I'm amazed at how they're able to make games like that. Like when I first heard of Roblox and Fortnite. You know how Fortnite is has so many things now. It has a rhythm game, it has a racing game, it has the shooting game, the survival, the battle royale. It's a whole bunch of things now. So I would like to see like what else they have in the future for, those things. What I'm looking at what Reeker hold on. I'm looking at what Reeker wrote in the chat. Pose 28 So apparently they removed this pose from Dress to Impress. Okay, hold on. All right, that looks kind of painful. You know, it's the most famous pose. It kind of reminds me of like what I would usually do at, you know, when exercise, if you got to stretch your back. But if you're not careful, it's leaning back, right? You lean back. That's what I do if I stretch my back. But I guess, you know, it's a lot, you know, if you're not careful, you can damage your back and stuff like that. You know, it's kind of like kids these days. Now I'm beginning to sound like an old man. Kids these days with their cinnamon trend and a bunch of other, the cinnamon challenge, and like the ice bucket challenge was great for a while, and then eventually it started stuff like the cinnamon challenge. You know, a little bit of, you know, survival of the fittest, I suppose. There's a reason the Darwin Awards exist. So if you care about, you know, yourself and your family and your loved ones, don't. Please don't. Okay, so there's that. And yeah, we're back. You just gotta understand that, you know, if it be trending, it's not always good. But I remember when the pandemic first hit, how so many people got their start on TikTok when it came to like making TikTok recipes and stuff, and how dalgona coffee was like a huge hit on the very in the first few days of the pandemic, when we used to think that, oh, this lockdown thing is gonna last for like just a couple of weeks maybe. And how naive we were. When for those of us who were fortunate enough to not, you know, worry about stuff, you know, they were busy trying to make their sushi bakes and their dalgona coffee. Little did we know that this lockdown would last 2 years. Holy cow. But, you know, I'm happier that we're able to live things a little bit more. We're getting a little bit more normal again. I admit we're probably never gonna reach the same level of normalcy that we did before the pandemic, but, you know, we're getting there. We're getting there. Eventually, time will pass, and people will, you know, forget the pain and the struggles, as things always do. Reeker says, me celebrating our biology exam got postponed. Oh yeah, oh yes, the things that, you know, it's a reasonable thing to be focusing on, especially during that time. Amazaki says, wag lang may puputok uli na bulkan or else lockdown uli kasunod. Yes, that is true. It's like, and there was a scare again. I remember when the Al volcano was threatening to erupt again, and people were like, "Oh no!" And then another disease was discovered, and it's like, "Oh boy, it's 2020 all over again." Oh boy, you better be careful. Better start locking down the country. You know, make sure that nobody is getting sick. But yeah, it's I just hope that if ever things come around, knock on wood, that, you know, we are a lot better and more proactive, because, you know, we don't want to get locked up again for another couple of years, right, Mauler Zhao? So there's that. Okay, let's see. That's why you gotta eat your fruit. Eat your fruits and your veggies, everybody. I remember having a friend at work, and she doesn't have the most adventurous palate, right? Moller Zhao says, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing fine. And thank you very much for asking. How are you? We're talking about, you know, anything under the sun. And we're talking this time about, like, you know, picky eaters. Because before, I was a very picky eater. But thankfully, as I grew up, I began to realize like that, you know, vegetables don't really taste that bad. I enjoy the taste of certain vegetables, but for some reason I still hesitate to eat like certain fruits. Like, you know, certain fruits, like for example a pear, I don't really feel them that much. Dragon fruit, I have eaten dragon fruit, but not that much either. Pineapple, I've eaten pineapple, but sometimes it can really, it kind of makes my throat feel itchy. Has anyone experienced that too? It's like you eat a pineapple and then all of a sudden it's, I don't know if it's because of the sweetness, but it really makes my throat itchy afterwards. Amazaki says, "Let's go, durian lovers." Okay, that's you guys. That's you all. I'm not part of the durian gang. Reeker says you gotta drink water first before eating pineapple. Ooh, okay, life hack. Eat your pineapple, and yes, you have to eat or drink your pineapple before. Okay, stop right there, Serjay. Stop right there. Okay, anyway. Muller Zhao says you can roast pineapple. Oh, yes, that's true. That's why they're frequently used in like, you know, like shish kebabs and stuff like that. It's not sus, Mayu. It's, you know, life pro tip. Oh my goodness. What's this? Pineapple and snow bear. That's good. And what was this? Muller Zhao says there are mini crystals inside the raw pineapples. Yeah, it's that's, I guess that's why it, you know, kind of stings for me. Maybe I didn't even know that like there were mini knives in pineapples trying to hurt me. My goodness. Even my food is beginning to hurt me. My goodness. Akala ko yung buhay lang. It's even the food. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. But yeah, whenever we have durian at home, I always stay away. And whenever we have truffle mushroom, anything, whenever we have like truffle oil or whatever, I'm like, oh, like, and you know, my family keeps saying, Serjay, you're just overreacting, but it's like, nah. Whenever they whenever they serve anything with truffle oil, it's just the smell of it. I don't even use the word smell. I use stench. Okay, I use the stench of it is just overwhelming that I feel like I'm gonna black out. But you know what? I do get my revenge whenever I order something like blue cheese. At least if blue cheese gets ordered, yeah, now you get to suffer what I get to suffer. Because you love your truffle oil so much. All right, here we go. Two can play at that game. And then I bring the blue cheese out. Muller Zhao says there's even a species of pineapple that doesn't create the crystals. Oh, okay. You know, I guess that's like what happened with like years of evolution, what we've done. Because if you've seen how bananas were before, they were more seed than fruit. But eventually, with techniques to be able to make that grow, we were able to focus more on the fruit, and then the seeds of the banana are like just like a tiny little strip at the center. Amazake says, imagine eating durian inside a bus. That's a biological weapon there, Amazake. You know, stick to opening a Jollibee burger yum. Yum burger inside the bus. You know, at least it still smells good in a way. Oh my goodness. Everybody knows the people that eat the Jollibee Yum Burger. I don't. What more? If you eat like the fried chicken or the spaghetti. Amazake says, I eat shawarma inside the bus though. Oh, okay, now we're talking. Yes, especially with the extra garlic sauce. One day, I hope to find a shawarma place that will give more meat than vegetables. But I guess, especially for the cheaper shawarma shops, you know, they're trying to save on the meat, which is also understandable because meat can be pretty expensive. So no, they try not to go overboard with the meat unless you pay extra for the all meat. Okay, chat, if you order, if there's like a shawarma or whatever, will you only order the all meat version or will you order stuff with vegetables? I'm calling out the people who are still picky when it comes to vegetables in chat. Molar Zhao says, I never get to eat Jollibee yet. Well, hopefully you get the opportunity, you know, just to see what it's like, you know, what the big deal is. Normal as possible, you know, veggies give balance. Yes. All right, perfect. As someone who grew up eating, you know, meat only, and it's like, oh yeah, now I understand why the vegetables are there. They give it more variety, like that. Reeker says, chat, my fave part is the bread. Dang. You hear that, Mayu? If you're still in the chat, Reeker loves the pita. Oh my goodness. The flat bread. If it, instead of having like a chica minute, it's now pita minute. Molar Zhao says, our young palate are more sensitive to bitter for some reason, which is true. That's why a lot of kids, they don't like vegetables, but unfortunately it carries on even to when they're adults. In my case, I suppose it's because, you know, I have grown accustomed to the bitterness in my life. That's why whenever I drink coffee, I like drinking my coffee black, because it, you know, it's as bitter as my outlook on life. That's probably not a good thing, but yeah. That's the kind of, you know, weird shit that I like to say on stream. It took me many years to get used to drinking black coffee, and it only started during the pandemic because what's this? I grew during like the first few months of the pandemic. I kept drinking like yung mga 3-in-1. So 3-in-1 sachets that had the coffee, and then there's creamer and sugar. And then, especially if you're trying to manage your weight, you begin to realize the value in trying to like read food labels, nutritional labels. And then you see, you know, all these things there's a difference between something that is what they call calorie dense and nutritionally dense. Because if it's calorie dense, it has a lot of calories, but it doesn't have a lot of nutrients instead. So, and some things may not have a lot of calories, but they have a lot of nutrients, like fruit. You know, what they say is, if you want to get more nutrients from fruit, don't drink it as a juice. Because if you have fruit juice, you only get the sugar from the fruit. But even if fruit is very sugary, at least it still has like fiber and stuff, other stuff to like offset all the sugar, which makes it still pretty good. But I digress. Anyway, what I was trying to say is, you know, I eventually got to the point that, you know, having like 3-in-1 coffee with its sugar and creamer was very unhealthy. And then I decided that, you know, it's time to start learning how to drink black coffee, so at least it can be a bit healthier. And then I spent like a week or two drinking black coffee with condensed milk, just to give it some sweetness, then honey, and then eventually it was by itself. All by itself. Amazaki says, if coffee ain't bitter, then it ain't coffee. That is true. Kapeng Amadeo lovers. What's Amadeo? Kapeng Amadeo. I've never heard of that before. That's interesting. But yeah, I would like to be brave enough to try like a real Kapeng Barako like the real bitter stuff right there. And I remember because I have when I visited Batangas, there were some people that had their kapeng barako, the really bitter kind of coffee, and then they had it with aloe vera. So they cut a bit of aloe vera leaf, and then they squeeze the juice into the coffee. So I didn't try it because, again, I was not really into black coffee at the time, but maybe in the future I'll give it a try if I can find some aloe vera. Moller Zhao says, Malaysian coffee is one of a kind. Want to try it? I like it. I'm not sure if it... I would... You know, because, again, I'm sorry if I may get it wrong, Moller Zhao, because there's sometimes a bit of an overlap in how I understand, let's say, Malaysian cuisine, Indonesian cuisine, and Singaporean cuisine. So it's probably different from, like, say, kopi, and then there's like ipo, white coffee, and stuff like that. But yeah, I really want to try other Southeast Asian coffee brands because it's a very nice one. Amazake says Amadeo coffee is special coffee beans brewed coffee from Amadeo Cavite. Oh, okay, I see. From Etivac. It's very strong, just like the people from Cavite. Yes. I have no idea when we started memeing on Cavite that much, honestly. But it's like when you hang around like Philippine VTuber Twitter and Facebook, it's like, yeah, Cavite. It's like, yeah, you gotta be built different to survive there in a way. It's like, okay, that's a very interesting impression that you got there. Ooh, okay, put the pear there. You know, if you're not single, then you have a pear. Okay, let's see. All right. Anyway, let's put that there and here and put that there. Okay. But yeah, coffee. I love coffee. I've grown to love coffee. I remember before I started working on night shift, I used to drink only tea. Like, oh yes, Serjay, give me that jasmine green tea. But eventually when I started doing night shift, coffee has been my fuel all the way. I have been changed, chat. I have become one of those people that cannot live a day without coffee. Don't talk to me without my coffee. Yes. Amazake, you're calling out Reeker's province. What are you saying? No! Oh no. Because we mentioned Cavite. No, what happened here? The gods were not pleased with the mentions of Cavite. Oh, I'm also from Etivac, don't you worry. So it's one of those things where it's like, okay, it's okay to say it. It's okay for me to say it because I'm from there. Like, yeah, I suppose. Or you could say stuff like that, just Etivac things, I suppose. Yes. But yeah, it's a very interesting thing to see, you know, just like the evolution. It's like, yep, this is Cavite. Yeah. Like me, I'm Ilonggo. All right. And you know how, you know what they say about people from Ilonggo regions? They say they're very malambing, they're very soft-spoken, they're very chill, and stuff like that. That's the common stereotype of people from that, you know, part of the Philippines. And me, growing up there, I keep getting surprised because they keep saying, "Oh yeah, you're very chill and soft-spoken, you know, even when you're angry, you don't sound angry at all. And I'm like, no, that's not true at all. I grew up with my family, and if you saw how angry they were, you would probably be surprised at how angry they would be. Molar Jao says, "Me no Filipino." You're talking about states, provinces is what is the term that we use. But yeah, pretty much. Like, you know, we have like there are some stereotypes about certain people, you know, in certain states and regions that. So it's like, oh yeah, if you're from this province, like you're expected to be this, or you're that, and that sort of thing. So it's sort of it's also kind of similar in a way. I assume from where you are from, Molar Zhao, there is something similar. Okay, so it's also like that in Malaysia as well. Okay, yeah. So I think it's something that happens in like every country, especially if it's a big enough place. You get to see like stereotypes of people from like different parts of the country. And of course, there are people that defy those stereotypes, aka my family. If they are angry, you will know. You will know. And I'm like, I don't know, chat. You tell me, okay? You tell me, chat. Am I malambing? Am I chill and soft-spoken? That sort of thing? I probably am. I mean, I don't make it. I'm not very. I have a very bad temper. I know, but I don't really like make it. I'm not very vocal with it, I suppose. But yeah. But yeah, that's something that, you know, you begin to learn. It's like, oh, okay. You begin to learn like how people from within the country begin to, you know, see people from like other places or from themselves, and that's, you know, an interesting part. So yeah. But all in all, I just like food. Amazaka says, "You sound really friendly." Okay, that's good. I'm happy to hear that. That's the goal. That's the goal. Molar Zhao says, Kelantan state population has a unique way to speak Malay. Yeah, oh, okay, I see. Yeah, and not to mention, I'm not sure if it's the same situation as in Indonesia, but I think also Malaysia also has like different languages that, you know, people tend to speak, and then if you hear someone from one region speak a certain language, it's kind of, you can't understand each other anymore. Molar Zhao says we have multiple languages. Okay, so it's the same as in the Philippines. And I will not forgive our educational system like saying that, yes, we have multiple dialects. No, it's not. Well, yes, we have multiple dialects, but we're using the word dialects when we're supposed to say language. Because honestly, if I were to do a Hiligaynon stream, for example, the people that only know how to speak Tagalog would probably not understand what I'm saying, because it's a totally different language. But when growing up in school, they would call it as dialect. But like, dialect is something closer to like, you know, the Tagalog that you would speak in Metro Manila is different from the Tagalog spoken in like, I don't know, Bicol, if it's not Bicolano, or somewhere else in the country, you know. And it's also different from the Tagalog being spoken in BGC. Yes, buddy. The BJC. Sorry. And Chinese has a similar situation. Yes, that's true, Molar Zhao. A lot of things. That's the funny part, because when I was in school, okay, chat, you have to tell me what was I trying to say? Okay. Okay, I kind of lost my train of thought. Ah, yes. Chat, you have to tell me like who among you had a mandatory foreign language class in like college. I say that because when I was in college, we have to take a mandatory foreign language for 1 semester, and I was one of the last batches to register for that particular semester. So the choices ended up having to be Chinese or Bahasa Indonesia. And Bahasa Indonesia is sort of like Tagalog 2.0. And at the time, my Tagalog was not that good. So I didn't want to take Bahasa Indonesia. So I ended up taking Chinese instead. The problem is that, at least here in the Philippines, growing up, you're more likely to encounter people that speak Hokkien and not really Mandarin. It's like, whoops. Okay, I don't even know. And it's like a semester anyway, so I didn't really retain a lot of information. But if there's one good thing that came about when I learned Chinese, is that at least it's a little easier for me to pronounce Chinese names, especially if I were to play when I read like Romance of the Three Kingdoms, or if I play like Dynasty Warriors, or hell, even like when I used to play Genshin Impact. It's like, oh, okay, I think I remember how to pronounce this. Zhongli, Hu Tao, and what's this, and a bunch of the others like that. So, but yeah, if I'm gonna communicate with the Filipino Chinese community, I'm probably out of luck. Because nope, that's not their language. Amazaki says, speaking of dialects, I'm actually from Kyoto and I use Kyoto Ben. Kyoto Ben, okay. And I almost got into a fight someone from Osaka because they're using Osaka Ben, and these two Kansai Ben are different. Oh, so they even have their own regional thing, because I know Kansai Ben, but I didn't know that Kyoto Ben and Osaka Ben were a thing. So, and apparently it can lead to some misunderstandings. That's very tricky to navigate. I remember the joke where it's like a lot of Filipino language words are very different from each other, but the one that usually stays the same is utang, debt. No matter the Philippine language, the universal term is always debt. Bayarin yung utang, pay your debt. Baydan mo utang mo. Like that sort of thing. You gotta say it with a twang. Utang. Tangaling. Goodness. Molar Zhao says, you learned 3 since kindergarten. Ooh, wow, okay. Reeker says you didn't have to. Okay, that's great. Less confusion that way, I suppose. And foreigners have to take Malay. Oh, I see. Molar Zhao says, fun fact, Malaysian Hokkien still pretty legible to Taiwanese. Oh, interesting. Okay. So at least if you go to Taiwan, it's a little bit easier for the people who speak Malaysian Hokkien. I see. Okay. Me growing up and then learning about like Shanghainese, and Shanghainese is actually a thing. It's like, oh wow, that's new. And then I would rewatch some of the old kung fu movies back in the day. That's why Hong Kong has like a special place in my heart, because I grew up watching a lot of kung fu movies back in the day. I remember my friends used to think I was so corny because I would list my favorite actors as like, Jet Li or Jackie Chan in the 90s. But then everybody had like, I don't know, Leonardo DiCaprio or something like that. But yeah, it's your boy Serjay, was different. Even back in the day. Not exactly a good thing, because I could have used a little bit more closer relationships, but that's just what made me unique, I suppose. Let's just say that. And yeah, so what was I gonna say? Yeah. Molar Zhao says Shanghainese will say a lot of at the end. Ah, and their speaking speed increases as time goes too. You know, that's funny that you mentioned that. Because I remember it's like in the Philippine languages as well. You know, they say like Hiligay non languages. Hiligay non is like very sing-song in a way. Daw, why ko kabalo? Ano ba? Daw, abi mo naman, ginhambal mo man na daw kabudlay man siniman, ba? Like that. And Tagalog is a little bit, you know, standard, for lack of a better term. Sorry. And I remember I had a university professor who taught who speaks Ilocano, and then when he speaks, it's kind of like magic in a way. He was reading the Bible in Ilocano, and I was like, whoa, dang, that sounds really, really, really awesome. Like, goodness gracious. Like Molar Zhao says, it sounds Indian and Malay at the same time. I guess. Again, you know, languages, they tend to take a lot from each other, and you begin to learn and see a lot of different things. So a lot of similarities. That's also kind of like the beauty of, you know, becoming a little bit more open to the world and seeing, you know, how we all build up together and all of that. It's very nice. It also has its bad things, of course, but you know, all in all, you know, being able to be exposed to like the wider world is always a lot more advantageous, because you get to see, you know, how other cultures do it, and you begin to learn and appreciate also more about what you've, you know, been born and raised with. It's always an opportunity to learn, and you know, you can never say no to having more opportunities to learn. Which reminds me, I really need to go to open my throne. Open my throne, and then I'm not gonna put in a request for what's this, for buy me a tablet. No, I'm gonna put in a request on my throne for help me feed my art commission addiction. Yes, give me more art. Yes, there we go. So that sort of thing, you know, we all have our own priorities. My love language is seeing more fan art of my OCs. Is that so wrong? You know, is that so wrong? I tell you, no, it is not. Molar Zhao says, I feel embarrassed when I saw a bit yabai stuff. That's understandable. Okay. It can be a bit embarrassing, but as long as, you know, I just hope that, you know, people that, you know, not engage, excuse me, but then create that kind of content, I hope that at least that they make the extra effort to like spoiler or censor it for the people who are not into that sort of stuff. You know, because, you know, as much as we want to have our fun, you have to respect those who are not into that. And of course, my personal advocacy in a way, make sure you put alt text on your pictures. Gotta make it easier for the people who are not able to, you know, see and stuff like that need like descriptions, so that sort of thing. Thank you for the raid, Momo. Good to have you here. Appreciate that very much. Hey, Starla. Good to have you here as well. Thank you, everybody, for joining. It is your favorite color surfing DJ, Serjay Svek, back with another episode of the streams. Yes. And thank you to Momo. How are you doing today? Welcome in, everybody. Glad to have you here. Hey, Momo. Good morning to you. And I hope that you're doing well and let's see. Tales of Graces. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, and I see, Starla, you played Taiko Web. That's nice. I believe Taiko Web is like Taiko no Tatsujin, but for web, I suppose. Yeah, how was the stream? Hope you had fun. Momo says, I got to the good part of the story. That's nice. That's nice. Hope you get even more into the story in the future. Molar Zhao says, Taiko Web? Yeah, Starla played Taiko Web recently. So, yeah, just for fun, playing around a little bit of Taiko Web for fun. That's nice. I was actually surprised that Taiko no Tatsujin has a web game. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, we're just playing Fruit Mountain while I'm chatting. I haven't done a chatting stream for a very long time, so I wanted to have like something where I just chat with people. I don't really get to focus more on things like this and stuff like that. So it's good to have a conversation with the audience. And it's also an easy way to farm clips. Honestly. Molar Zhao says, because the OG Taiko Web was taken down years ago. Oh, so it's a pretty old thing. Okay. All right. Good then, at least, it's back. It's back. What's this? Molar Zhao is asking about Serjay in particular. Where did the tentacles come from? It's related to his power set. It serves its purposes. In more ways than one, yes, it does. So yeah, and I thought, if we're gonna, because here's the thing, my OC originally, or Serjay, the inspiration for, I come from the Splatoon community, and that's where I got the gamer tag Serjay Svek as well. So tentacles, squid, octopi, stuff like that. So I thought eventually when I made Serjay as a character, I thought I wanted to include that as well. So that's where the tentacles originated from. And now you know. Just that's why I like to play they're good for giving hugs. That's why I like to play grappler characters in fighting games. We just like to give people hugs. and somehow like get rid of like half of their life bar in the process. Yes, Pineapple, why don't you touch? Why don't you touch? I need you to make contact. Okay, anyway, sorry. This is just like, the days when I used to play Suika game. Oh my goodness. OG fans know, OG fans of the Serjay channel know how much I would scream and, lose my mind whenever I used to play Suika game. Holy cow. You used to think Suika game was a very relaxing game? Nah, fam. It's a war out there. People who were never used to seeing me angry would hear me like curse and like regress into like just like frothing at the mouth and everything. Whenever I would play that accursed fruit game, and I'm playing another version of it right now. Yes, but I have found some small measure of inner peace. In some level, I still get angry, but it's not good for my therapist. And my therapist is me, because therapy is expensive, unfortunately. So, yeah, we're trying to cope. Inner peace, we need war. Unfortunate. I do not condone that, but yes. Anyway, tentacle hug sounds nice if doing it gently. Yes, you have to be gentle. You know, you don't want to give you don't want to give a squeeze. You know what I mean? Dang it! Okay, hold on. Kobe! Okay, that missed. Whoop! Alright. I remember learning that if you want to say Kobe, it's like you're trying to throw, but you want it to be precise. But if you want to say yeet, you just throw it without care. So that was an example of a yeet, everybody. That was not Kobe. Kobe, rest his soul. He would be disappointed if I invoked his name like that. Oh my goodness. All right, hold on. Let me just fix this. Just a second. Hold on. I will be right back. Okay. I'm just gonna use the restroom for a bit, and I'll be right back. Okay. Do not leave. Okay, chat. If you need to use the restroom, please use it too. Okay. We can hydrate redeem all we want, but you need to use the restroom after. Okay. Do not hold it in. Goodness. Holy cow, chat. Holy cow. That was a lot of water. That was a lot of water, my goodness. Yes. Wait, what? We're gonna be retreating again? Alright, hold on. There we go. Alright, redeem hydrate again, dang it. Yeah. I don't know. You know, I've seen other streamers, and it's like they hydrate redeem, but they only drink when they're like streaming. And I'm like, huh? Like me, I don't know. That's why sometimes when I was a lot heavier, okay, chat, be proud of me. I need my validation, please. Okay, I was at my heaviest last July, but after finally learning a little bit more about how to count calories and manage what I eat, especially, I finally lost like 5 kilograms. I lost 5 kilograms already, so that's 10 pounds. Unfortunately, I ate a lot the other day, so I gained a little bit of weight back. But I just like to think about like they say, you know, if you gain back like weight in in a day, it's probably just like, you know, waste. Waste that you haven't, you know, gotten rid of. So eventually it'll just go away and things will normalize. So if you have like a weight regimen and you count calories, like just trust the process, you know. If you know what you're doing, and just keep doing what you do, and eventually you'll see the results. I've seen some days, if I eat a lot, I gain like 1 or 2 calories back, so that's like up to 4 pounds. But then like after a day or two, it goes back down. So, you know, for some of us, that we really get excited about you know, seeing the number go down, especially if it's like New Year, and you know, a lot of people, they want to say lose weight as one of their resolutions. But you begin to realize that no, it has to be slower, a lot more deliberate. You can't survive on like cabbage soup forever. You know, you have to have some level of things. So that's why I learned that it's okay if your progress is quote unquote slow. Let's say every week it's just like maybe a pound or 2. That's perfectly fine, because it's giving your body a lot more time to adjust than unlike if you're doing those crash diets where it's like, oh yeah, 10 pounds a week? Oh god, you're gonna die. Thank you, Amazake. And thank you to Mayu. I gotta go now, Serjay. Have to be somewhere early, pa. Thank you so much again, and enjoy the Zatsu stream with fruits in the background. Yes, I will. I will. Thank you. Amazake says, have you ever heard of low-carb bread called cabbage bread? It's so filling. I've never heard of that before. I wonder if Mayu has, as the bread connoisseur of my chat. Yes. But we'll see. I've never heard of cabbage bread before. I know malunggay bread for the Filipinos in chat. I remember that, you know, our local health department was like really pushing for malunggay bread as a healthy alternative for the kids. I don't know if they're still doing it now, but I remember in the time they were really trying to say, yes, it's good for the kids. It's very healthy, packed with nutrients and stuff like that. So if they were able to keep, you know, convince more people, then good job. It was quite interesting. She's sleepy. Wake up, girl. Amazaka says it only has 3 ingredients: cabbage strips, lots of it, egg, and salt. Wow, that's pretty simple right there. You know, it's kind of like what they said. It's like a fad thing. Cauliflower rice. And it's pretty much just cauliflower chopped into tiny pieces and then cooked. And then boom, you get cauliflower rice. Yeah, it was another one of those things that they were trying to cash in on, trying to, you know, make people healthier and stuff. So I cannot, you know, vouch for the validity of that. But, you know, if it works for you, okay, then sure, I guess. All I know is that what I finally learned to finally get some progress is that it's really about what you eat. You know, you can't outrun a bad diet. You know, you can exercise all you want, but if you eat garbage every single time, then, you know, you're gonna stall. That was a very difficult lesson for me to learn. So, but eventually I learned, and I'm finally making some progress, more significant progress compared to before. So yeah, I ate a lot this weekend. I'll acknowledge it, and then, you know, just get back on track. You know, you did not gain all that weight overnight, so don't expect to lose all that weight overnight in a healthy way, because if you're trying to do it so quickly, then you're probably, you know, doing as much harm as you think you are doing good. Next thing you know, Serjay's gonna become like a diet influencer. I remember when I got this live 2D model, I told Panma that, okay, Panma, thank you for being very accepting of, for helping change how I looked at my body, especially during spicy art. Because, again, because my live 2D, my VTuber model is a bit closer to how I appear in real life, because again, I'm not really that comfy, or I can't really relate to, like, if I became like a muscle bound, a VTuber like that, I probably would have gotten maybe a little bit better, but I can't really relate to that as much, so that's not what I wanted to do. So I decided, to try something that reflected how I look like a little bit more accurately. So, and then when I did that, I told, I was a bit scared, especially when I started. It's already almost 11 p.m. It's fine. We can be a bit more degen now. But when I started commissioning like spicy art, I was a bit scared of, including myself, because I thought that, people wouldn't want to see me. I wouldn't want to see me. But, eventually, I was given a little bit more confidence, and it looked pretty good, And I was like, yeah, this is like a bit of a confidence booster in a way. So I don't know how it is for other people that, make spicy art or commission spicy art, but yeah, it's a very big confidence booster actually. So anyway, what I was trying to say is, you can after a while, I still look a bit big in this current form, but I told Panma that eventually, if I finally lose enough weight, if I put even more muscle, then we can finally go for the Serjay swole model. Oh my goodness. The Serjay swole model, and then eventually I'll train my VTuber voice to be even deeper, like this. And then I'm gonna have like toggles that have like my shirt like unbuttoned mysteriously for some reason. It's like, chat. You like this redeem, don't you? Daddy voice, let's go. That's funny. A lot of people say my natural speaking voice is pretty deep already, but it's a bit more of a struggle if I try to make it go even deeper. It's like this. Yes. If you want me to go ahead and go deeper, I can definitely do that for you. Yes, you have been very good. Oh my goodness. Chat, you've been very naughty. Yes. I could never do ASMR. Honestly, I could never do ASMR because I would always end up laughing whenever I make voices like those. And you can actually I'm more comfy like making meme voices. So if you have the points, you can actually redeem, where I can say stuff like in the Tekken 8 announcer voice, or in Uwu voice, or old man or something. But I've never really been comfy saying stuff like in the quote-unquote daddy voice. Like what Amazake says, imagine praising someone using that voice and call them kitty. It's like okay, I'm getting into my daddy voice. Oh, you've been so good, kitten. Your daddy's little kitty right there. Meow for me. Purr for me. You want that reward, don't you? Oh god. Anyway, yeah, I'm not really comfy with that voice. Imagine if I say it like in an uwu voice instead, like, uwu, daddy's a little kitten. Daddy's weird kitten. Or oh my goodness, we should do that more often. Okay, let's see. Molar Zhao says if he had reactions. No, it's perfectly valid. Okay, it's perfectly valid, and that's why I save voices like that for redeems only, because at least people can expect what happens. But people just in case people haven't redeemed in a while, they want they know what I have to offer. But yes, you know, if you have the points, you can definitely redeem any of all of that. If it makes, you know, anything that makes you happy. Uwu voice with... Well, Amazake, you know, just to make it fair, you gotta redeem with your viewer points. With how long you've been watching the stream, you probably already have enough. And you can tell me what to say as well. So, as long as it's not illegal, I can definitely say say what you need to say. Yeah, I remember when I first started out streaming, I tried the uwu voice for 3 minutes, and I was like, okay, I can't do this for 3 minutes. So I ended up making it like, yeah, you just have to tell me something specific that you want me to say, and I'll say it for you. Okay, so there's that, and you get this and everything like that. Yeah, I mean, I'm amazed at how, you know, voice actors actually do it. You know, growing up, I still get a bit shy when people say that my voice is very good, because they, you know, even though I've been told growing up that my voice is good, you know, it kind of feels like I haven't really explored the full potential of my voice at this time. And it's a bit funny because, unfortunately, a lot of my health issues are related to my lungs. You know, especially if you're a streamer, you have to take care of your voice and everything. And then I got sleep apnea, I've got asthma, I've got a bunch of other, you know, health issues related to my voice and my lungs. And it's like, dang, they really out there nerfing me, my lungs, because they knew how powerful I would be if ever I would, you know, if ever my full potential was explored. Like how I like to commonly joke, yes, they knew that if I was interested in making art more often, they knew they cannot contain me. Oh my goodness. Whoop. Perfect. All right, so let's see here. Yeah, I think we're gonna be after this. Once we lose this game, we'll be wrapping it up for the stream. So yeah, we've got quite a lot of stuff. We've talked quite a lot, and I'm very happy that we were able to do that more. I actually was thinking of doing like more just chatting segments, but I sometimes I kind of feel bad just talking, and then there's like no game in the background. But I feel like I'm not that good yet where I can really multitask and play something like Fortnite or fighting games or whatever, and then talk. No, I prefer you know, talking is something that I really like to do, and it's pretty much what I can do at this point. So I really appreciate, you know, people who do stick around and hear me yap. It's it makes me feel nice, you know, that I remember when I was starting out as a streamer that I used to think that, you know, people would not stick around if I was just, you know, chatting, you know, that I needed to have a game in order for people to be interested in what I have to say. But apparently it's not, you know. If people are, you know, if you have something nice to say, or if you just feel like yapping, you know, you're gonna find your audience. You know, you will find the audience that appreciates you for the whatever you can deliver. Amazaki says, I'm gonna think of a line for next time. Wala pa ako maisip it for the moment anyway. Thanks for letting me know about the redeems. Sure, no problem. Feel free to go ahead and redeem when you can. I'm more than happy to accommodate people for the lines. Sorry, I'm just checking something. Okay. Okay. I'm actually working on a new I actually commissioned someone recently, so we're trying to get like a more updated set for the podcast. My old just chatting set will still remain, but I'll keep it for like solo chatting streams and stuff like that. But this new one is going to be something that will give a little bit more space for both the guest and me. So I hope that you all look forward to it when eventually that I will go ahead and stream using that new set. And again, if you like what you see and love what you hear, and you want to be part of this, and if you want to go ahead and check out more, don't forget to follow me here on Twitch. And if you missed some stuff and all the shenanigans that we have, I do have my YouTube channel. I have a main channel for highlight videos, one for my stream VODs, and then for my shorts. And I also have my Discord server. So if you want to hang out where I post a lot about food, about art and art, and a bunch of other things, go ahead and check out the server. It's right there. The link is in the chat. And yeah, hopefully we can see you there, and you can choose to hang out with us. Don't forget, everybody, you know, it's that time of the year. If you, even whether you are young or old, if you have a health card, you might as well use it. If you got HMO coverage, you have no idea about the power and the privilege that you wield. So make sure you get your checkups done yearly. But in my family, they want me to do it like every half year. You know, Serjay, you gotta do your blood work and you gotta do everything else. You know, just gotta make sure. And it's like, yes, okay, fine. I'll say this though, I did my checkup like last week, and unfortunately it's not as good as I hope it would be. But you know, I've been putting it off because I was scared of, you know, getting bad results again, because last year I had not really good results. But you know, sometimes at some point it's better for you to know ahead of time, and you can make changes. You know, if something is not working, then at least you can try to fix it and see. So if you have, you know, the means to do so, then better that you do, because, you know, you're not getting any younger, and it doesn't matter what age you are, you're not getting any younger. So you might as well begin to take the precautions and take, you know, and start to value your health a lot more, because, you know, it's the only thing that you've got. So you might as well, you know, take care of that body that you have. Let's see. Oh no. I'll say this though. I'm not a fan of strawberries. The strawberry fruit, okay? It's, for some reason, I'm okay with like strawberry flavored things, but the strawberry fruit by itself, usually it's not that good, because most of the time it's very sour. You really need like sugar or condensed milk to actually make it palatable. So I don't know. It's an acquired taste, I guess. So yeah, it's one of those things. Amazake says sinigang with strawberry. Oh yeah, that's a thing that they were promoting in like certain local restaurants. Sinigang na strawberry, and then sinigang na with watermelon. I remember that sa Manam. Sinigang with watermelon. Yes. It's a pretty interesting thing. Not gonna lie, I'm not gonna. Oh, Moller Zhao. It's sinigang is a sour soup, so it can be served with a bunch of other ingredients, like pork or fish or something like that. But usually it has to be like very sour. Is it like tom yum? Something like that. And then you could use a bunch of things to make it sour. So you could use tamarind, or you could make it thicker with like miso. And usually it's something like tamarind, green mango to make it sour, because the key is that it has to be sour. And well, depending on which part of the country you are from, like me, we like it really sour. It's like, like your face it's really got to look like this. Yeah, it reminds me of the sourness of life. But anyway, but some restaurants, some local restaurants have been innovating, and then they try using like watermelon to make it sour, sweet and sour, strawberries as well. So it's a sort of a weird combination, but apparently it works somehow. So there's that. All right, so that's it for this stream. I think I've already done quite enough for today, pretty much. So let me just check my rankings, where I am. Okay, so for this session, all right, so that is where we are right now. I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap up here. Let's move over here. And thank you once again, everybody, for joining me in the chat. I greatly appreciate your time, and I appreciate you all sticking with me, especially with everything that we have been doing so far. Thank you so much again to everybody. We have Momo for the raid, and we do have Lo-Fi and Amazaki for the follows as well. It has been a lot of fun being able to, you know, share stories and stuff like that. It's I realize I haven't done that for so long, so it's great to finally be able to have the opportunity to do that again. So let's find out who we can raid for today. All right, let's see. Hold on. Have they been going for a while now? The problem with raiding is that you never know. It was fun. Why, thank you. That's great. I'm happy to hear that we were able to provide a service that was entertaining for everybody. Yes, indeed. All right, we're gonna go ahead and hopefully this person is available because they're doing some singing. Okay, let's see. All right, so here we go. Here's the raid message. And again, thank you so much to everybody, and I hope that this stream brought a little more color to your day. Again, my name is Serjay, saying you take care, always stay safe, and keep the world turning. Bye now. Salamat, Svek. Love y'all. Take care.